Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Let's talk about Anna and Valentine and Martin. Here's the thing. Martin actually is starting to come to the idea that Anna didn't shoot Lucy. He wants to sit there and help, okay? He wants to help, and he's not taking no for an answer. He also finds out from Anna that that Lucy is alive. But here's the thing, though. Now the U.S. Marshal tracked down um Marty, and he starts knocking on the door and everything like that. First of all, this scene is kind of laughable when you really think about it. So he knocks on the door, and Valentine and Anna hides, and he comes in there and he's all like, "Oh, where's Anna? This, that, and the third." And Marty tries to come up with some BS story about how he knows the owner, he represents her, this, that, and the third. And he's like, "Yo, listen, where's your warrant at?" Now, the U.S. Marshal, his partner was like, "We can't go in there without a warrant. Don't worry, I'll take the heat." Okay, Marshal douchebag. So they wind up getting in there, and Martin's like, "Yo, where's that warrant at?" "Well, I'll be right back." I'm like, okay. And he tells them like, "Yo, you can wait outside." So this guy's like, "How about I just sit there and shoot you? You're not gonna shoot him. I could just shoot you in the leg, and I'll worry about the paperwork later on." He's not gonna shoot you. But Valentine, for some odd reason, comes out, and I'm just like, how did you fall from that? How did you fall for, you know, him saying he was going to shoot you in the leg? I felt that was just so dumb, and just so he comes out there, and eventually Anna comes out there as well, and has the gun behind his back and knocks him out, and you know, Marty decides to stay and lead the cops in there while they go around the back, right? And so Anna's like, "Well, Martin's the one that let the U.S. Marshals there," and I was like, "Well, technically speaking, Valentine." See, here's the thing. I knew that this was a bad idea for Valentine to go there because I'm like, bro, most likely they're going to sit there and follow you. And I think it's probably a good chance that they followed him. And then when Martin showed up, okay, cool, now this confirms everything. So I'm like, I don't think really Martin actually was the one that led the U.S. Marshals to your place. I'm pretty sure it was Valentine. In all reality, if Valentine wasn't there in the first place, Martin would have went after him. So I'm still putting this whole thing on Valentine, but now they're working together and they're gonna sit there and get clues or do something or whatever. Um, I really sat there and thought about it. If she just would have let him go there in the first place, then they would have been a much better team. But she was all like, "No, I can do this by myself," and now he wound up going there anyway. So kind of a waste of time when you really think about it. So Trina's on a date with Rory, and Rory's not there talking about inviting her over for Christmas. Just to meet his parents. And I'm just looking at this whole thing, and I'm like, ugh. I feel so bad for you, bro. I really do. Because you can tell that she looks like she's so confused. I don't even think she even really wants to be there. She feels super guilty about him spending all this money. Spending on this money on this fancy date and everything like that. And he's all like, she was like, "No, you're worth it." I was like, I don't know about all that. Because she's been flip flopping between him and the guy who practically burnt her life down to the ground. Um, but then towards the end, he's not there talking about he loved her, and I was like, oh, bro, first of all, this this 3 months, and at the very least, you should have probably told him like, "Yo, you need to slow down a little bit, okay?" Because I don't know anyone that wants to sit there and celebrate a 3 months anniversary. Okay, that's a red flag right there. That's a red flag right there. that, bro, you need to slow down. You're moving way too fast. You need to slow that down just a little bit. And now he's all like, after 3 months, I love you. What? He's gonna be super disappointed at the end of this whole thing. Spencer comes in right at the tail end of it. Now, Spencer comes home, and of course, it's bad timing for Nicholas since he has a pregnant woman upstairs. So he pretty much tells her, like, yo, listen, you can't stay here. And Victor's like, why can't he stay there? And of course, Nicholas is like, well, because, we get into this argument back and forth. It's very volatile between us two. And it would just do more harm for us to be in the same, in the same space than just to give us some time, let him cool off a little bit, and we'll just work it out. So I understood where he was coming. Actually, no, I can't even sit there and say that because it's not like they don't have so many they don't have so many rooms in that giant castle. You telling me he can't just sit there and stay somewhere? But of course, that was an excuse because he had to find an excuse to get both of them away. And since Victor is Spencer's legal guardian right now, he has to go where Spencer goes. So in a way, it's like killing two birds with one stone. Liz is there trying to push Finn away because, she decided to be um Esme's, nurse and everything like that. So now she has to sit there and figure out a way to push Finn away. And, she's all like, oh, I don't know if I can forgive myself, Reiko's death, and this, that, and the third. And after they finish talking about her POS of a dad, they talk about that. But you can just tell she's doing this more to push him away because she volunteered to decide to be Esme's nurse, even though that she said before that whole thing started, oh no, I don't want to lose my boys. And then like literally within the same episode, she just pulls a 180. I'm still just laughing about that one. Um, but she talks from Finn, and Finn's like, I was at Spoon Island. I think that Esme is over there, whatever. So now it's a little cranker on her plan of being the nurse and everything. So there's that whole thing. What the hell? Sonny pays a visit to Heather to make sure that she keeps her mouth shut because, she can identify the person that helped Anna escape. Sonny was like, yo, listen, bad things tend to happen even in most minimal of security areas. You get what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, Heather's like, oh yeah, my memory and everything like that, it just comes and goes. And I can't tell that driver, that person who helped from one person to the next. Like, I don't know anything at this point now. So, Sonny's like, all right, good. So he leaves. And towards the end of the episode, Heather comes into Ryan's room and calls him lover. So now we gotta sit there and play the guessing game of Heather and Ryan are Esme's parents. Which I can say, if that's the case, that's the route they're gonna go. And even after Ryan was revealed to be Esme's father, people still didn't believe it. For a couple of days, I even saw it in my comment section. People still didn't believe it. I was like, no, they literally just confirmed it. Um, so this is a most likely scenario that they're the parents of Esme. Um, Unless they decide to switch it up later on, but that's just the theory that I'm gonna go with. So Ryan plays a little blanking game with Ava and Jordan and everything like that to try to get some more information. Shows him the letter, and Ryan's like, most likely it's not Esme. Because of the wording and stuff like that, she considers herself a loner. So the stuff in the letter wouldn't sound like it's something that she wrote. So in reality, they really didn't get anything out of him. They didn't get anything closer to um, Esme's whereabouts, or even if that's the letter of Esme. So when you really think about it, it was kind of a waste of a scene because nothing really happened. Nothing moved forward as far as that whole thing. It just, when I'm thinking about it, it just seemed like a complete and utter waste of time. I could be wrong. Please let me know in the comment section if you actually got something out of that scene because I didn't get anything. I really didn't. Hmm. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that happened. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. This episode was okay. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was just kind of a middle of the road episode, personally. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.